Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Boxing Unlimited here today, and we're going to be talking about the aftermath of the fight between David Benavidez and David Morrell. It's for the light heavyweight interim, WBC interim, and WBA regular titles. And as we said in the making of the fight, our predictions was Benavidez was going to win by decision, and there will be no knockdown in the fight. However, the knockdown we saw late in the rounds was a slip. If you watch it again, you see that it wasn't a slip, it wasn't a punch. I think the referee got it wrong and made up with the call of the punch after the bell, which actually levels things for Benavidez. But having said that, I would say that I praise Morrell. He's only had 11 fights, and he performed and gave a good account of himself. To be honest with you, Morrell is a tough opponent. He will come back. He's still young, and it's not going to be easy to beat him again. Arguably, both boxers, both Morrell and David Benavidez, who Canelo has avoided over the time. I think they have a number. They will have Canelo's number if they fight, but that is another thing altogether. But in this fight proper, we're talking about the aftermath of the fight between David Morrell and David Benavidez. It was a hell of a fight, to be honest with you. You could have gone anywhere. But then the fact that Benavidez is more experienced, we talked about that. We said the experience of Morrell is going to be an issue in this fight. And the way Morrell is moving, he was moving fast. He's been challenging, calling out Benavidez for over 2 years. And a whole lot of casual and core boxing fans always said that Benavidez was docking him. I never believed that. I said he wasn't docking him, and the fight is come and it's gone, and Benavidez has come out victorious in this fight. Having said that, I will have to be honest with you, Morrell is a tough nut, and he's going to come up again. And then this fight with Benavidez doesn't end this way. He's going to, maybe they will have 3 fights even. Because Morrell is, from what I've seen about him, he took punches that are incredible, and he came up still fighting. And then Benavidez took punches as well. The variety of punches of Benavidez, which you will predict will be the main factor, the main issue in this fight. And that is exactly what happened. Benavidez came out and showed the world who he is. He's a good fighter. We've always known that. He's still undefeated. Morrell, on the other hand, is going to come up. He's going to get more experience. He's going to fight and come back. In this light heavyweight division, there will be issues, because Morrell is a contender, and is a serious contender, to be honest with you. But Benavidez is the king now. He's waiting for either Bivol or Benavidez for the undisputed titleship. Let us see what is going to happen in that fight in a couple of days. Anyway, let us put it that way. 22nd of February. Today is the second. Just 20 days away from today. We'll see who is the master in that fight. Bivol and Benavidez is a rematch from the first one. Even though I honestly feel that the first fight should have been given to Bivol. But things are not that way in boxing. The judges are the ones that decide, and then we'll see their decision, and we're going to see another one. But that video is for another day. But today we're talking about the aftermath of the fight between David Morrell and David Benavidez. We've seen everything. Benavidez is the mandatory contender for the title, for the undisputed light heavyweight title, still held by Benavidez. We're going to see what happens with him and Bivol. Those are the two fighters, I believe, Bivol and Benavidez. Who is gonna win? Whoever wins will be facing Benavidez, and it's gonna be a tough act because Benavidez is a warrior. Let us put it that way. Everybody has seen. There's no need to talk anymore. Benavidez is the king. He's the contender, the number one contender. and then we'll see what happens in those fights. But for this fight, for the fight between Morrell and Benavidez, we've seen everything as well. Morrell is a tough opponent, no doubt about that. He took some punches that are incredible, unbelievable, and he was still there. He was still fighting. Benavidez, on the other hand, has never been pushed like this in a fight. But Morrell gave a good account of himself, and we'll praise him. We'll hail him. To be honest with you, after just 11 fights, he's put on a performance like this in the ring is incredible. Even though he lost unanimously, which you also predicted before the fight, he still got a bang in his hand. He's got a punch in his hand. He's got a chin that is very hard to break in. At a point, I thought he would be knocked out, but it never happened. He's a good customer. He's a bad boxer, good one. He's a tough guy. And we give all we have for him is praises, even though he lost. However, this fight has opened up everything. We've seen that both fighters would have beaten Canelo Alvarez. I'm saying that anyway. David Morrell and David Benavidez can beat Canelo. That is why Canelo doesn't want the fight. It's not all about the money alone. I think you're scared of losing again for the third time. Because these two boxers are young, they're hungry, they're good, they can throw punches, they can take punches, they can stand their ground in good boxing sense, and they can hit. Having said that, I have to be honest with you. After this fight, what is up for both boxers is clear. Both boxers performed, everybody saw them, and then I feel Benavidez is going to dominate. He's going to be the master after all in the light heavyweight division. Vostik, who is Benavidez is beaten, and he's been a world champion before. I predicted this even before. Let us see what will happen in those fights and see if Benavidez is what he is. We've seen his way. I said in the preview on the same subject matter that Benavidez is a monster. He's called the monster for not for nothing. He showed his mantle today, and Morrell will have to go and rebuild and come back again and probably go through the ranks. 1 or 2 fights is up against the Benavidez. I believe their fight is not. This is not the end of their fight. They're going to have some fight even up to 3. And Morrell has a chance as well because he's a tough opponent and he's a good one. Inexperience is a problem. When he got frustrated, he hit Benavidez after the bell. It's out of frustration because he's done everything and that he has always done to beat opponents. But Benavidez is still standing there. Having said that, I said it was a good matchup. Arguably one of the best boxing fights of the year. But the days are still young. We don't know what is going to happen. There are mega boxing fights coming up, especially the one coming up on the 22nd of February this month. We're expecting it and we're looking forward to it. And then we'll tell you what will happen in those fights. Our time is up here, and we're going to say that it was a good matchup. We'll call it a 50-50 fight, and then that is exactly what happened. It was close, and then the fighters are good and durable, and then we'll see more of them in a while. However, we'll say thank you for watching and thank you for being with us. Do subscribe to our channel to make the channel grow, and do have a good day. Cheers and God bless. Bye.